Dear religious people, dear black people, dear fat people,
dear Nicole Aurbor. Wow, you went from making fun of fat people to being a wannabe conservative. But guess what? Real conservatives and patriots don't screw people over and sue them every chance they get for a little bit of money and fame.
Smack talk is good. Smack talk it's good for us.
Okay, so I shouldn't let my lawyer know that you're going to be calling him after this because I hurt your feelings? Okay, cool. Well, if all of that smack talk crap is BS and you do try to take me to court, civil courts don't give a shit about your feelings, and neither do the real ones. You actually have to prove something in there. Yeah, imagine that. So go team!
Go team. Go team.
So without further ado, let's get into this. I honestly really don't like doing videos like this where I have to humble someone, but Nicole, this has gone too far. So Nicole, why don't you take a seat next to Grandmaster Jay and enjoy. Nicole, why am I talking about you today? Any idea? Simple. It's because you habitually fuck guys over. And in particular, you have fucked over two of my good buddies, who are probably the best guys I know besides my brother, Trump, and Jesus. Now, I'm not naming any names here, but by the end of the video, you're gonna know exactly who they are.
If I'm fucking up and you guys see me fucking up in something, please tell me. I like accountability. I'm down for that.
Wow. You know, some people do change. Thank you so much for your permission to let you know what you fucked up on. Makes me feel a lot better about this. I actually don't give a shit, but here's the thing. You have a world of simps that follow you on Instagram and whatever else you have. You may ask, what is a simp? How do I put this? A simp is someone who justifies the BS that you're spitting out of your mouth because you have a decent looking chest. But here's the thing. Being a good looking person in this world only goes so far. Also, there are a lot of other good-looking women out there that aren't absolutely nuts. Just so we're clear here. Okay, so last February, I fly out to Tennessee to hang with a good buddy of mine and to sign with his producer, and he lets me know the day that I leave that you're flying into town to hang out. Long story short, y'all do whatever, y'all have some fun, and he ends up leaving his wallet in your room.
So, I just want to show you guys something real quick. This is the wallet I found in my bathroom. I also found a freaking backpack and a ton of shirts and some jeans and a whole bunch of other stuff. There's nothing in it. So I don't know, bro. I don't know if you need to borrow 20 bucks or what, if that's why you were so upset.
Now let me ask you, what would be a normal thing to do in a situation like that? All right, you know what? Let's do this. Belle, come over here for a minute. What's up, Belle? How are you today?
American as fuck.
I have a feeling that I'm going to get this question a lot after this, so I'm just going to have her answer it on here. Do you have an OnlyFans?
Fuck no. Only guns.
Let me ask you this, just to give them a baseline for comparison. How crazy would you say you are?
I mean, I'm a little crazy, but I'm like the kind of crazy that like drives you crazy.
Okay, here's a multiple choice question for you. If a guy comes over to your place and leaves his wallet there, what would you do? A, when his manager tries to go pick it up for him because he's got a whole bunch of shit he needs to get done, and he gave permission to the manager to go pick it up, would you ignore him? B, would you make a video on your Instagram showing off the wallet and saying that there is nothing important in it, even though there clearly is his ID in there? C, would you get upset that the cops were called because you wouldn't give the wallet back? Or D, none of the above, because that's fucking crazy, and just give the wallet back?
Any other of the options sound absolutely absurd to me, so
The
definitely the D.
She wants it too. Yeah. And then after all of that, you take him to court and try to sue him for $1.5 million for breaking your NDA or whatever. And we'll get into NDAs in just a second here. It's pretty simple. If somebody leaves some stuff at your place and it's not yours, You have no fucking right to decide how you're gonna give it back. Then Candace Owens has you on her show to call you out for all the shit you've been talking about her. And how do I say this? You had a fucking meltdown.
You called me out in 3 videos. You subbed me on Twitter.
I said
you added
awesome.
Prager, you and me, and said that you cut me off when I was talking about Chris Teigen.
You did.
Everybody on the internet knew you were talking about me. You responded to a comment and said that, yes, I'm talking about Candace.
Why can't I disagree with you?
So now you're agreeing that you were talking about me.
You unfollowed me because I
let me just say
disagreed.
this.
I'm going to politely decline to be on the rest of the show.
Oh, that's okay.
I know that you guys want the clip of me leaving, so I'm going to give it to you. And I appreciate you having me on. I would love for a real conversation sometime because I just think what just happened here is really gross.
You just had your exit. You said gave your sayonara. Like, you know, we got to move on with the show.
Give me a sec. Can you guys pause for a second?
Yeah.
Sweet, thank you. You know, I had back surgery like a week ago. It takes me a second.
Okay.
Sweet. Thank you so much
Brandon,
for having me on.
Thank you very much for being here and sharing your thoughts
guys.
about cancel culture. Brandon, if you could move down.
Oh my god, this is fucking gross. Right, what's happening right here? Yeah, it's gross. It's gross. All right, another multiple choice question for you here.
Okay.
If Candace Owens was nice enough to invite you as a guest on her show with Officer Tatum, and you start having a heated conversation with them about canceling people, would you either A, try to act like a therapist and say, this is really gross, B, get super butthurt and sensitive that somebody is calling you out, C, get up and leave like you're a 5-year-old who just got her juice box taken at recess? Or D, none of the above again, because all of it is fucking crazy, and actually have an adult conversation and accept that in some conversations in life, there's conflict.
Definitely D again.
I don't know, Nicole. That all was pretty soft for someone who self-named herself a verbal sniper. Maybe you should put down the gun and try doing something else, because when enemy fire starts coming in, you clearly can't handle it. Just a lawsuit's worth of advice. Lastly, you tried to enforce an NDA on a good buddy of mine who owns a huge coffee company. Look here, I believe in NDAs. Fuck, I have a sign-in sheet at the front door of my house. Sign in here. Don't talk about what you see in here. Kind of important for people who do what we do. But they are not the be-all, end-all of protection. Why? Because there is a human element in people. They see something, they want to talk about it and share it. And your insecurities of that stuff being shared doesn't really fucking matter to them. I don't know if your team of lawyers or your squadron of lawyers told you this yet, but NDAs are harder to enforce than Walmart trying to enforce you wearing a dental dam on your face before you go in to shop. Last thing, psychological warfare. You know nothing about it. The act of destroying your enemy before the war even starts. When you get on Instagram or any of these other sites that you're on, and you start complaining about all of your issues, you are showing the world how soft you are. You are showing the world how easy it is for someone to break you mentally. You ever notice that mentally strong people don't go on social media and cry about their personal issues? Why? Because it's no one's fucking business. It's your issue. No one else's. You need to read the book, Art of War. And you need to stop taking advice from your legal team because they're doing a terrible job. Just another lawsuit's worth of advice there for you. Go team!